Thanks so much to Brenda from Rustic and Lace DIY and Amanda from Molly Cole Creations for hosting their 12 Days of Christmas playlist. Be sure and check out their channels in the description box below along with the playlist. The first day of Christmas is ornaments. Got a long piece of a green baseboard free at a garage sale, and I cut it into smaller sections. I saved this piece from a snowflake that I cut out on my silhouette cameo, and I'm using it as a stencil for this piece. I'm using DIY paint and white swan to stencil the snowflake on the baseboard. Not too bad. Now I'm going to drill 2 holes through the top so that I can make a hanger for the ornament. Using the same wire I used for the last project, I'm again going to give it a twist around my pen and make a hanger for this ornament. For the bow, I used a piece of ripped cheesecloth. Once I had that into a bow I was happy with, I gave it a little bit of hot glue so it wouldn't move around, and I also added a small pine cone. And here's a look at it on my small tree. I'm going to be making some textured ornaments using these ornaments that I found at a thrift store. So I'm using 3 different shades of Waverly chalk paint, ink, cashew, and sandstone, and I'm going to be mixing in some baking soda with each of these colors to give it a more textured look. You think it's not going to mix up, but eventually it does, so just keep stirring. Most of the ornaments that I painted, I only needed to do 1 coat and then a couple of touch-ups. But there was one, the sandstone paint was newer and wasn't quite as thick, and it did take several coats to coat the ornament for that one. Here you can see the paint is not nearly as thick, so I did add more baking soda, but I still had to give it several coats of paint. I put them on skewers to dry, and that also helped with going back to touch-up spots. I did spray paint all of the toppers gold. You can see here there is 1 extra ornament that I experimented with and just added different colors to, and I think it turned out really nice as well. I think these almost have a velvety look. Here's a couple of ways that I styled them. They look really pretty on the tree, but they also look nice as a bowl filler. I bought these mirrors from Dollar Tree. There were 3 different sizes, and I bought 2 sets for a total of 6 mirrors. I made a paper pattern to cover the glass before using my favorite gold leaf spray paint to paint the frames. After they had a chance to dry, I maneuvered the ornament hooks to glue inside the hanger on the back so that they could hang from my tree. I did this to all 6 mirrors. I love this addition to my tree. This is a definite recommendation for you to try. I started by removing the hinges from 8 clothespins. Once that was done, I used wood glue to glue the flat sides of the clothespins together. I'm using 4 larger clothespins and 4 smaller clothespins. They should look like this once it's all said and done. The next step was to attach the 4 larger sets together, and again I used wood glue for this. When the glue had set, it was time to glue on the smaller pins. I added them to the center of the larger cross shape, and then lastly I added a flat-sided bead to the middle. I stained the star with a little bit of antique wax to give it some color, then dry brushed it with Waverly ink chalk paint, and finally added a twine hanger. I made a banner by printing on a paper lunch bag taped to a piece of printer paper to add to the front of the star. I cut the paper in a banner shape and used tacky glue to attach it across the front. Angels we have heard on high. A couple of scrap pieces from Christmas picks is all the front needed to make it a bit more festive. And the mountains in reply, echoing their joyous strains. Angels we have heard on high. Another beautiful way to adorn our tree and remind us of the reason for this season. For this ornament, I'll be using some of these angel wings from Dollar General. In addition to the wings, I'll be using a large wood bead, 2 bells from a garland from Target, and a small piece of torn drop cloth. The bead will get a coat of Waverly chalk paint in ivory. Come to Bethlehem. I removed the hanger and the chime from one bell and set it aside for later use. I'll be stacking the bells, but first I will thread a piece of jute twine through the first bell and tie it to the hanger of the second bell. Next, I added the bead and secured it with a knot. Let me know how you like this project. If you enjoyed it or if you like anything else you see today, tap that thumbs up button down below. I also hope you'll consider subscribing. It's free and it will help me reach my goal of 1,000 subscribers by January 1st. Now it's time to hot glue the bells to the wings. You could also use a glue with a more permanent hold if you like. I'm going to be using some small alphabet stamps to stamp the word glory on the piece of drop cloth. Angels we have heard on high. I used the previous ribbon hanger and tied a bow with it and glued it to the top, and then I glued the drop cloth to the wings. I love this new addition to my tree. And the mountains in reply, echoing their joyous strains. Angels we have heard on high, sweetly, sweetly through the night, and the mountains in... Remember to check out Rustic and Lace DIY and Molly Cole Creations. Their channels are listed in the description box below. I'll see you back here tomorrow for the second day of Christmas, tabletop decor. Remember to share the sheet. Thanks for watching. Bye now.